Hard it is to be born into a human life. Now we are living it. Difficult it is to hear the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not cross over to liberation in the present life, when again will we have such an opportunity? Buddhavatamsaka Sutra. This quote encapsulates a foundational concept in Mahayana Buddhism, the preciousness of human birth. According to the sutras, being born human is a rare and invaluable opportunity because it provides the ideal conditions to practice the Dharma and attain enlightenment. In the vast cycle of rebirth, one could have easily taken birth as an animal, hungry ghost, or in the hell realms. Even among humans, many are born in circumstances that don't allow them to encounter or practice the teachings. Thus, Mahayana Buddhists are urged to diligently make use of this fortunate birth and progress on the path to awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. The Mahayana, or Great Vehicle, emerged gradually in India around the 1st century BCE to the 1st century CE, during a period of significant cultural and philosophical ferment. This development coincided with the reign of the Kushan Empire, whose rulers actively patronized Buddhist institutions and facilitated the spread of new ideas along the Silk Road. The earliest Mahayana sutras, such as the Prajnaparamita, or the Perfection of Wisdom texts, began to appear during this time, introducing revolutionary concepts about the nature of reality and the path to enlightenment. In contrast to the earlier Buddhist schools, Mahayana teachings emphasize that the path to awakening is available to all beings, not just monks. This democratization of enlightenment was championed by influential teachers like Nagarjuna, who revolutionized Buddhist philosophy with his systematic exposition on emptiness, or Sunyata, in his fundamental verses on the Middle Way. The great Buddhist University of Nalanda, established in the 5th century, became a crucial center for the development and transmission of Mahayana thought. A defining feature of Mahayana is the ideal of the Bodhisattva, an enlightened being who is compassionately refraining from final nirvana to aid all other beings in their liberation from samsara. This ideal was exemplified by archetypal bodhisattvas like Avalokiteshvara, which embodies compassion, and Manjushri, which represents wisdom, whose practices and iconography would later spread throughout Asia. The concept of Sunyata, emptiness, stands out as one of Mahayana's most profound philosophical contributions. This teaching doesn't negate existence, but reveals that all phenomena are empty of inherent independent existence. Everything arises through dependent origination, which is a web of interconnected causes and conditions. The Chinese master Fazang famously demonstrated this principle to Empress Wu using a hall of mirrors, showing how each reflection simultaneously contains and is contained by all others. This idea is also exemplified by imagery such as Indra's net, which is also found in the Buddhavatamsaka Sutra. The Yogacara School, founded by the brothers Asanga and Vasubandhu in the 4th century CE, developed sophisticated theories of consciousness and perception. Their mind-only philosophy explores how our experiences arise from the interplay of consciousness with the world, revealing the ultimate non-duality of subject and object. The Yogacara teachings deeply influenced later developments in Buddhist meditation and psychology. As Mahayana spread along the Silk Road, it encountered and adapted to new cultures, giving rise to diverse traditions. In China, the arrival of the Indian monk Bodhidharma in the 6th century CE initiated Chan, later Zen Buddhism, emphasizing direct insight through meditation. The translation efforts of Kumarajiva made key texts accessible to the Chinese audiences, while indigenous schools like the Tiantai and Huayan developed sophisticated systems integrating Indian and Chinese thought. Vajrayana, or Tantric Buddhism, emerged in India around the 7th century CE. Introduced to Tibet by masters like Padmasambhava in the 8th century, this tradition incorporates elaborate rituals, deity yoga, and sophisticated philosophical systems aimed at rapid transformation of consciousness. What unites all these expressions of Mahayana is their commitment to universal liberation through the cultivation of bodhicitta, the aspiration to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. They also cultivate prajna, or wisdom, and karuna, compassion. The path involves studying the vast corpus of Mahayana sutras and commentaries, engaging in meditation practices suited to one's capacity, and manifesting the Buddha's teachings in daily life. Through these methods, practitioners aim to realize their innate Buddha nature and help all beings do the same. Okay, I will end this with a quote by the 13th century Zen master, Dogen. To study the Buddha way is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. To forget the self is to be actualized by myriad things. When actualized by myriad things, your body and mind, as well as bodies and minds of others, drop away. No trace of enlightenment remains. In this, no trace continues endlessly.